All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're here to master the placement and accuracy. These are going to be my settings. The lead increase on small, the speed on 7. Now the passing slowdown is something you can't do online, but we're going to turn it on in the practice mode so you get a better visual of when I'm releasing, when I'm freeforming, all that good stuff. Now, some people prefer none, some people prefer medium, maybe large, but to do the money plays that I'm doing and to be able to lead the way I'm doing with these fade routes, small and 7 is the way to go. Now you can get away with anywhere between 3 to 7 to throw these fade routes and get these money plays going, but the sweet spot is right here. This is where you want to be, and we're going to show y'all when to release, how to freeform, all that good stuff. Now, one more thing that I want to show y'all in the accessibilities. This is something you can have online to enlarge your icons, your passing meter. Now, the better you get, I would recommend turning this off because this can hide defenders. You can throw picks from not seeing somebody. So that is going to be a thing if you do have this turned on. But for visual purposes in practice, I'm going to have it on to show you and give you a better visual of when I'm releasing, when I'm freeforming, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into the practice field and show you how we master placement and accuracy. All right, so first we're just going to focus on the power and when to release and all that good stuff. And we're going to talk a little bit about attributes and where things can hurt you and where things can actually help. So one of the main reasons I like to use the Giants is because Russell Wilson actually has really good deep throw accuracy. He meets that threshold to be able to throw baby blues anywhere past 25 to 30 yards. And y'all have to keep that in mind when y'all are using these quarterbacks. Look when I release this though, right before that first larger white bar is going to be the perfect throw for Russell Wilson. Now, certain quarterbacks with certain abilities can actually land on that bar. Very, very rare. Most quarterbacks are gonna, their sweet spot is gonna be that notch right before it. So you see how it goes up by notches. That is just like that when you have regular speed, and the icon's not enlarged. Now you're not gonna be able to see it notch up like that, but the notch before the larger white bar is gonna be the perfect release for any quarterback. Again, certain quarterbacks can release on the bar, but it's very rare. You can see that time we were a little bit, we were 2 notches before that larger white bar, and we got a yellowish green right there. My number one tip to everybody is to use the same quarterback as much as possible. So we showed you the power meter, right? So again, you want to release before that first large white bar. Now, pay attention to where I just released that. Okay, now I want to show you something. This is another thing you have to deal with when you're on placement and accuracy. So let's say we want to throw on the run, right? Now, when we're throwing on the run, that first white bar is gone. Now you can see we just threw a red, still a decent ball, but I was trying to release right before that large white bar because the first one disappeared. Again, remember where I released the first one? It's going to be the same timing. So you got to imagine that first white bar is there and release it about right there. And look, we get a green. So whenever that first large white bar disappears, you have to imagine that it's still there, and that's where you're going to release. So again, let's see where it's at right here. We're going to release about right there, and we're going to get a blue. Now, me throwing on the run, even if I release in that same spot, the throw on the run attribute is going to play a factor. But this is the best possible pass I can get with Russell Wilson on the run. Remember, we released it about the same spot. We get a catchable ball now. So that is another thing that you have to account for when you're using placement and accuracy. This is why I say get used to a specific quarterback and then go from there. So now we talked about the power meter. Let's talk about free forming and leading the ball. There's 2 different ways you can do it. One with just the left trigger, or not the left trigger. One with just the left stick, and then one with the left stick and the left trigger. If you're on PlayStation, L2 and the left stick. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about leading the ball. Now there's 2 different ways we can do this. One is just with the left stick, and one is with the left trigger and the left stick. If you're on PlayStation, L2 and the left stick. Now, leading with the left stick alone is not freeforming. Freeforming is when you actually use the left stick. You get a little bit more control, but there's more cons to it because you can overthrow a lot more than just using the left stick. So first, let's show you what it looks like to lead the ball with just the left stick. So same thing, you're going to let the power meter finish first, and then we're going to move the left stick. We don't want to move the left stick as the power meter is going up. This is where you're going to get a little bit worse of a throw if you were to actually do it the correct way and let the power meter finish and then move left stick. So again, let the power meter finish and then move the left stick. Now, obviously, this is a lot easier because it's slowed down. You have to be a lot quicker after you release. Then you have to move the left stick. When this isn't slowed down, it is a little bit more difficult. You just have to be faster with it. But this will allow you to get practice and understand when to release and when to start moving. So again, finish the power meter, then move the left stick, and this is going to give you the best possible lead with just using the left stick and also getting the best timing with the power meter. All right, now we're going to be talking about freeforming with the left stick and the left trigger. Again, if you're on PlayStation, using L2 and the left stick. Now, it's pretty much the same thing as leading with just the left stick, but you have a little bit more freedom. You can lead this a little bit further, but remember, there's more cons because let's say you're using a quarterback that doesn't have the greatest deep throw accuracy. You can lead this a little bit too much one way or want too much the other way. So that's another thing that you have to understand with your quarterback. Now I'm going to be using the left stick. You can see how much more further it went out than when I was just using the left stick. That was freeforming right there with the left trigger and the left stick. There's a big difference. So you do have to understand your quarterback. Even with Russell Wilson, with this slow down, I can kind of overthrow this and lead it too much. Like right here, I might have led it too much. This is because it's slowed down. If I did that same lead and it's not slowed down, that would have been actually a good ball. So all this plays a factor, and you're gonna have to understand when to release, when to let go, how far can you freeform. Like right here, that's actually probably perfect. This is how I do those outside fade throws every single time. All right, we got a game against the Jets. Just want to show you a little bit of this freeform live against actual users, dealing with all the elements, blitzes. You know, we get them this free shed sometimes. We are in my playbook that I have been using. I actually have it available to download. Just search D Rosa and it will pop up in playbooks. You'll have all the money plays that you see me using. You have like the gun bunch tight end. There's another empty play that I added. This is definitely cover 3-ish. So if you're reading cover 3 with this specific dagger play, you can actually put Turpin on a streak. But because I don't know, we're going to actually just smart route him, and that should work either way. And one thing I've been doing lately is max protecting and then putting my running back or tight end on a route. It's been a lot better with the blocking. There you go right there. Look, first play. Good lead for a one-play touchdown, man. I'm telling y'all, the free form that we run with the money plays that we run, it all works out. And you get one-play touchdowns like that all day. If you don't believe me, go back and watch my streams. We do this all the time. All right, back on offense. Let's see if we can get another money play for y'all. One-play touchdown. So we ran the daggers. And this is what you're going to get out of the... So everything is working together. You're going to get this with the playbook, the money play, and how we're freeforming. It all works together. So we ran the dagger. Let's run the Y sails. And I've dropped both of these money plays on my channel already. So we just ran the dagger. Now let's go to the Y sail. But like I said, it all works together. You're getting the playbook. You're getting the freeform. And you're getting the money plays. And they're all going to come together to get us a one-play touchdown right here. So again, we beat him with a dagger. Let's see if we can get him. So the first time he ran a cover 3. I'm guessing he's probably running a cover 4 now. Actually, no. Might have went to a cover 1, actually. Yeah, this looks like a possible cover 1. Depends on what that safety or the slot does. It's not a cover 1, but we got it. Another touchdown. Oh, see, that's where the blitz becomes a factor. Those are things you do have to worry about. That was actually terrible pocket presence by me. I shouldn't have went out to the right like that. I actually had a nice pocket in the middle. Let's go back to it. See if he can stop it. He did try to bump me a little bit there. That's fine. We still can get the money play off. All right, there. Yeah, he's not going to keep up with Turpin. And you can see Sauce, he jumped enough to where we can get past him over the top. So like I said, man, y'all seeing it all work together. That's 2 money plays back to back that we just ran. Now let's show y'all another play. This is actually going to be the next. Do I have it as a favorite? No, we don't have it as a favorite. This is probably going to be the next play video we drop. It's going to be my go-to, just overall play out of the gun box. Now, some people are probably against this play because I do a lot of adjustments, but this ain't college. I got time to do all my adjustments that I need, and it usually works out for me. Let's actually flip it. We want to run this to the wide side. Y'all get a kind of a first look for people that watch this video all the way through. I'm not really going to break it down, but I do want to show y'all. No. If it was college, we wouldn't get that off. We got a funny. Tell y'all, man, these plays work together, the freeform, everything. But yeah, man, that's how we put in work. All right, we got us a nice little pick. Got a new defense we're working on right now. It's not, I haven't mastered it yet. We still working on some blitz packages with it. But as soon as I feel like it is ready to be put out as a video, we will drop that. Y'all know I don't like putting out things if it ain't really working to the fullest. But let's get back to this play again and show you how well it works. If they focus on that corner out too much, a lot of times my running back is wide open. Let's see what happens right here. It looks like that's what he's going to do. Running back's open. And then did he drop that? No, he caught it. But yeah, this setup is crucial. Like, this is a really good third down setup. I could run this damn near all game and just mix and match a little bit of, route combos here and there. And then I like to mix in, we'll go to that gun box. When I'm right here in the end zone, I like to mix in this HB screen. They're just not ready for it, especially because the motion added and then the play we've been running on top of that, the motion will kind of throw them off. They're just not ready for it. So let's see if we can actually get them off, catch them off guard right here. A lot of times, watch B too. He will get wide open if it's man coverage, but if not, go right there to the screen, get some decent blocks, a little bit of cut action, and we're in there. It all works together.